Okay, so I did a little like Instagram poll. I got like a couple votes, like maybe 4 or 5 votes so far. But I just said like, what kind of pick a card reading do you guys want to see next? A dream interpretation reading or a yes or no to your question reading? And even though it's only a few votes so far, it's been 100% for a dream interpretation. It's a really cool thing to have. I know I have a lot of really insane, vivid dreams. I had a really crazy dream like this morning, you know, when you go back to sleep and then have a crazy dream and then you wake up like, you know, like the before you officially wake up dream, I don't know, fever dream, whatever. But yeah, I have a lot of really vivid dreams, and now getting more into this, I know that sometimes dreams have messages. I'm not really like, I wasn't really much to interpret dreams, but I feel like I might as well start doing that. So, basically I concentrated really hard. Like I basically was in like a hypnotic meditative state while I was concentrating with intention for each of these cards. I'm referring to a layout for dream interpretation right there, and each card is going to each card what will mean a specific card. Okay, 1 is at the bottom, 6 is at the top for each one. Okay, let me bring up the light. It was really dark. Okay, so 3 of the cards are from my usual Shadowscape Tarot. That's the deck I resonate with a lot. And then we also have tonight the Oracle of E, which just literally are just like, you know, phrases, expressions. I will be looking at the book for what those expressions mean because they're very specific, you know. I don't use it that much, but I just want like a clear-cut message. And then we have 2 cards from the Roman Angel Oracle deck, which are just like goddess cards, messages from guidance, because dream interpretation is very spiritual. Alright, so I'll let you look at these. I'll put the timestamps in the description and in the captions. Description and the comments for mobile users, so you can just click on the timestamp. You can skip my banter. But I don't want this reading to be too long. It's already 4 piles and there's 6 cards each. They should be pretty clear cut because I can't go too into detail about each and every one of you specific dreams. You know, every dream is different, but it might have the same underlying meaning for whichever deck you chose. So yeah, I'll let you concentrate on which deck you want to look at. This is pile 1, this red bracelet. Okay. This red bracelet, pile 1. Pile number 2, pile number 2 is this light bracelet. It's a cool sound. Pile number 3 is this evil eye bracelet. Okay. Pile number 4 is this brown, little shiny, I'm sorry I'm dropping stuff, oh my god. Pile number 4, yeah, this really brown, shiny bracelet, this little, like, coin with a, with wings attached to it, little trees. Love bracelets, alright. Sorry, my phone won't really focus that much. Okay, so yeah, you can pause the video, you can concentrate on which deck you want to look at to interpret your dream. I'm just gonna get started because this I know is gonna be a really long reading and this will take like forever to upload. Okay, so I'm just gonna move the rest of the cards off to the side as I pull each deck, and obviously we're going to start with pile number 1. Okay. Whew. Okay, so hello pile number 1. I did not see any of these cards. You know, occasional cards will flip over, but I immediately flipped it before I got a chance to really look at them. But we're just gonna see what they mean together. So the meaning of the dream, or the reason for the dream is the Queen of Cups. The meaning for the dream is 8 of Pentacles in reverse, like how it personally affects you, like what does it mean personally to you. The guide from Spirit for this dream is Bridget, don't back down. Subconscious mind for this dream is 8 of Wands in reverse. The message for this dream, or lesson for this dream, is psst, Hey you, from the Oracle of Eve. And the call to action necessary is start delegating. Okay. Okay, so yeah, with the Queen of Cups, the reason for this dream, I feel like for a lot of you, this plain simple off the bat could mean that your intuition is trying to kind of like connect with you, like more like telepathic type of communication messages, like your spirit guides are actually trying to really relay you a message, which, I mean, no, don't. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I really cannot talk right now. Okay, maybe some throat chakra stuff. I'm like stumbling my words, but I'm not gonna really edit this though. I'm just gonna read it how I read it. But yeah, so the Queen of Cups is very intuitive. This could be any water sign: Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Doesn't really matter the sign though for a minor arcana. But with the blue being heavy throat chakra, I really feel like your spirit is really trying to tell you something. Maybe something that you're not really paying attention to in your waking life. So like the reason that you had this dream is just to kind of like jumpstart your intuition, okay? So the meaning personally to you for this reading, Eight of Pentacles in reverse. This is like talks about perfectionism. This is 8 is about movement. Pentacles is like more materialistic things, hard work. But 8 of Pentacles in the reverse, it's like lacking ambition and focus. Okay? So maybe something in your dream, maybe you weren't able to focus, you know, maybe you were trying to read something like on a piece of paper, and like I know like when in your dreams you can't actually read anything, you know, like you can't physically see words, or you know, like when you try to run, like if you're being chased in a dream, like it's like you're walking like in quicksand, or like running in water, you know, a lot of water I'm thinking about. So I just feel like the meaning of this dream for you was just like you were being restricted. You know, some of you probably were like choking or like drowning underwater, because like I can't even talk right now, like as I'm trying to read this. It was just like, yeah, you had trouble focusing. You really tried to get out of something, you know? Maybe like, again, maybe you were trapped in this dream. I'm picking up like 8 of Swords, which is about like self-imposed restriction, victimization. So I feel like you fell victim in this dream, you know? For some of you, maybe you were like, I don't know, maybe you were kidnapped, maybe you were locked up somewhere, maybe just plain and simple something wasn't really going your way. But we know how trippy dreams can be, so I just feel like a lot of struggle, you know? Like can't move, can't breathe, like drowning underwater, falling into quicksand, you know? Like whatever dream you had, it was just this feeling of like being stuck, you know? Maybe stuck in the ground, stuck underwater, you know? It could have had to do with materialistic aspects, because the Pentacles is materialism. That's like money, physical, tangible things. But that's not what I'm picking up here, because like dreams are just crazy. So I feel like it's more, you know, a more intense meaning. But I feel like for those of you who picked pile number 1, maybe it kind of came across as like a nightmare for you, okay? For some of you. But otherwise, I just feel like for some of you, you probably went like completely mute, okay? Like you went completely mute, and you couldn't talk, because like again, I'm having trouble talking right now. I'm like fumbling with my words as I'm trying to read your deck, okay? And then it makes a lot of sense how like the third card, the guide, your spirit message, is Bridget, don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. So I feel like this dream, your intuition is trying to tell you something in your waking life. Maybe you're a very submissive person, you know? Maybe you always do things according to someone else's timetable, you know? Like maybe people kind of boss you around a lot. You don't really have much to say. I feel like maybe you're one to kind of keep the peace. You're non-confrontational, okay? And I feel like your intuition, your spirit is trying to tell you maybe to be a little more assertive. Don't back down, okay? the mind subconsciously, this, oh, sorry, did I say Eight of Wands earlier by mistake? Okay, even the fact that I said Eight of Wands in reverse, I know Eight of Wands is like being weighed down, okay? So that probably applies for a few of you, Eight of Wands, just feeling it being weighed down. But this is actually the Page of Wands. So sorry about that I said Eight of Wands at a glance. I was looking at it through my phone camera, but Page of Wands in reverse, yeah, it's still around the same gist, though. It's just setbacks to new ideas, pessimism, lack of direction, okay? So again, yeah, subconsciously, I feel like, yeah, your dream is like really just telling you, like, you just are stuck, okay? You're stuck. There's a pessimism around you, something that kind of is keeping you from moving forward, you know? Setbacks to new ideas, like you don't really get a say. I feel like a lot of you subconsciously, you are aware that you have like no real control of many situations. You probably like are almost like a pushover, like you let people walk all over you, okay? Subconsciously, I feel like you are aware of this, okay? And this is like, your dream is like, whatever was restricting you in your dream. You know how like, if you have a crazy bad dream, if you, like when you're about to wake up, you subconsciously realize this is a dream. I can wake up and it'll all be over, you know? So I feel like you waking up and then this issue is done. That's kind of like what Spirit's trying to tell you. Like you have the power to get rid of the situation. You have the power to wake up. You have the power to just knock this situation out of the way for you, okay? The Oracle from E, number 16, in numerology, you add the double number until it's a single number. So 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 is the number for like the divine, okay? You are in line with the divine and fulfilling your purpose, okay? And it makes a lot of sense. I'm going to actually read what this means, but the psst, ahem, hey you. Let's look at that real quick. So number 16 from the Oracle of E. This is, I'll let you look at that while, alright, I'll let you look at this while I'm reading it. It's a little blurry, sorry. Alright. We'd like to interrupt this oracle deck with a very important announcement. There is nothing to fear. Every single thing that looks ominous is but an illusion. It has no power. Zip, not a zilch. It's time to look your fears straight in the eye and call them out as the insignificant posers they really are. Okay? So I feel like a lot of you are probably afraid to stand up for yourselves. Okay? Afraid to speak up for yourselves, afraid to be bold, take action, you know? Again, like, I feel like a lot of you were probably, like, almost imprisoned somehow in your dream. Like, just, like, the feeling of imprisonment was probably the theme of a lot of your dreams, okay? And because these are really all kind of tying together. And then the last card, the call to action, is literally start delegating, okay? Ask others, including her, including me, Green Tara, to help you instead of trying to do everything by yourself. So, you know, you could have like friends or family, just people around you that could help you get out of whatever situation that you're in. You could ask for some type of guidance. Again, if you feel trapped in some type of situation, you know, so mentally, emotionally abusive type of situation. I feel like just this feeling of trapped, like you're buried under sand, buried alive, like you can't breathe, buried underwater, okay? Like you're trapped, okay? Like, again, I feel like a lot of you probably had like a really bad nightmare, okay? So I feel like it's just telling you, you know, take action for yourself, don't back down. Like, these cards really do kind of like, well, even this too, you know, like they all really like mesh very well together, okay? Just start delegating, all right? Thank you. Pile number 1. That was very powerful. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this reading. You can watch another pile if you wish. You know, if you have multiple different dreams and you want to look at it from all aspects, there might be some other messages that might resonate more with this same reading that you had, but with another reading. All right, whew. Let's put those back real quick. And Jesus, I cannot breathe. Whew. Let me just breathe for a second, alright? Okay, pile number 2. Alright, pile number 2, white bracelet. All right, I already feel more lighthearted energy, even just with the purity of this white bracelet. And 1 was very intense, like very intense. I feel like I can breathe now. You know, I almost feel like I'm hyperventilating from that first one. But so pile number 2, sorry about that. Pile number 2. Let's just see your dream interpretation. So the reason you had the dream, 3 of Swords. Just letting that focus. The meaning, personally to you, regarding this dream. Temperance. Some of you could be Sagittarius. Okay. Guide from Spirit. Unag, easy does it. Okay. The mind, like subconscious mind. 9 of Swords. The message or lesson from this dream, the F word. I'll look up that in the book. And the call to action necessary, fertility. Okay. All right then. Let's a little weird. Let's see what this can imply. Okay, so all right. So, sorry, let this focus. So, the reason that you may have had this dream, the reason you did have this dream with the 3 of Swords, this is all about, like, rejection, heartbreak, grief, you know? Kind of being turned down, being turned away, alright? Maybe something wasn't mutual. It could be, like, unrequited love, you know? Yeah, this is just like the rejection, the heartbreak card, okay? Like the, in a typical tarot deck, it's like a heart is on a shield and the swords are stabbed into the shield, okay? So yeah, just like the reason you had this dream, maybe recently you, suffered, a separation, like a painful separation, okay? It doesn't have to be a breakup, you know, it's just a painful separation, like something that like really like kind of tore your heart out, okay? Sorrow, grief, rejection, you know, whichever applies to you, okay? But the reason that you had this dream, you may have recently lost something of significance to you, you know, and it just kind of like ripped your heart out, you know, and I feel like it's resonating with you still, no matter how long ago it happened. It was probably something pretty recently, but just the source of this dream really is just sadness, okay? Sadness, sorrow, grief. All right? So the meaning personally to you with the Temperance card again, this is Sagittarius energy, but the Temperance card talks about balance, patience, okay? Persistence, but like more like a keep the peace type of way, okay? This talks about purpose and meaning. All right, so I feel like, and also this is a major arcana, so I feel like a lot of you, almost like I'm just getting kind of like patience is a virtue, you know, like the personal meaning to you. So this, even though the source of the dream comes from like heartbreak and grief and loss, I feel like it's like spiritually, like you're patient. Like, maybe like in your dream you reunited with what you lost, okay? However that applies to you, okay? So in your dream you reunited with what you lost. That basically was like the meaning of your dream, okay? Like things were kind of balanced out, you know, you didn't feel out of balance spiritually in your dream. I feel like a lot of you may have been a little more at peace, maybe for the first time in a while. Like maybe in real life you're not, you know, not fully there yet, but in your dream you got peace. I'm hearing closure, you know. You know how like in some dreams, like, or some people might have dreams where like, if you're religious or not, but like in some dreams people just like they encounter God, you know, like God just shows up in a reading God shows up in their dream and they just outright tell them, oh, this happened because this, you know, whatever. Or maybe like a spirit guide or something just kind of came up to you in your dream, you know. But yeah, just a lot of like, I just feel like you were maybe content with being patient. Maybe you were just like, I'll reunite with you someday, you know. Yeah, for a lot of you, you could be connecting with a lost loved one, you know. Someone could have passed away. This could be a family member, this could be a pet, this could be a friend, you know. And it doesn't have to be death related, but I just feel like, because it's really spiritually, you know how some people are like they're like, we'll reunite in the afterlife, you know. I feel like you, whoever is resonating with pile number 2, I feel like you heavily believe in the afterlife, you know. The rainbow bridge, I'm seeing the rainbow right here. The rainbow bridge is like when a pet dies, it's like, oh, they're at the rainbow bridge, and then when you pass away, you know, you reunite with them and then you go into heaven together, you know, that type of thing. But like, I'm just getting a lot of like angelic euphoria type of energy with this Temperance card. Again, if any of you are Sagittarius, because this is a Sagittarius card, that's the zodiac sign related to the Temperance card. But just like, I just feel like it's almost like in your dream, you inexplicably, whatever, we're told like, oh, this happened for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. It you know, there's purpose to this. There's purpose to this separation, you know. You will meet again. You will find each other again. You just have to be patient, okay? Like, I feel like I just sense a lot of serenity in this dream. Like, it was probably a very peaceful dream. Probably really put your heart at ease, okay? Especially, like, if in real life you're like, this is more temporary energy, but, like, you know, heartbroken, sorrow type of energy. But I feel like a lot of you were more at peace. And like I said, when I first pulled this up, I said I felt very peaceful, very lighthearted, very serene, especially just with the purity of this white bracelet, you know. And I didn't see any of these cards when I shuffled them. Okay, I put the bracelets down first, so it might be resonating, like more peaceful cards came to that bracelet, you know. But I just kind of shuffled without looking at them. I had my eyes closed. I had each card assigned to a different, you know, part, and that's what I pulled out. But yeah, I just feel like a lot of you guys had very peaceful, serendipitous type of dream, okay? And I'll look at the chakra colors for this, okay? So you have the solar plexus chakra yellow and the throat chakra blue, and they're up, okay? And there's a lot of it. So with the solar plexus chakra, this is confidence, being joyful, optimistic, easygoing, and ambitious. Okay, again, very lighthearted, very happy energy. It's like the sun, you know, very positive energy. And then the throat chakra, this is about expansion and healing. It's loyal, trustworthy, calm, honest, and supportive. So again, that whole thing of like, I'll see you again, like that's a very loyal energy. It's like your spirit is loyal to this thing that you lost, you know. And again, it doesn't have to be like a death related thing, but I just feel like it could for a lot of you be actual grief, you know. But for others of you, I feel like it could just be someone that maybe you're not really in contact with right now. You know, maybe you feel connected to them. And you're just kind of being patient. And you're being patient, you're being loyal. You're like, I will see you again when I'm meant to. You know? I just feel like a lot of coming to peace in your dream, okay? Just a lot of peacefulness in your dream. Okay, so then we have the guide from Spirit. Okay, number 3, easy does it. There's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing, okay? Again, this is a lot about patience. I feel like maybe a lot of you are learning patience. You know, a lot of you in your dream just dealt a lot with something about being patient, okay? And again, this is very, obviously all the decks, all the cards are going to look angelic, you know, that's what divination is. It's just a lot of divine beings. But this is like very peaceful. This woman, you know, she's like, her hair turns into like a rainbow. She has like luscious golden hair. Some of you could have blonde hair. Some of you could have long blonde curly hair. And this dove, that's a dove. Dove is very peaceful, white, peaceful. You know, you're probably very calm, peaceful people in real life, you know, very quiet, very serene type of energy for a lot of you. And just this energy of like sadness, grief, and sorrow is just a temporary feeling. It's not usually how you are. You're not usually a downer. You're usually a very positive, very happy person. But something happened that kind of, you know, again, that kind of ripped your heart out, all right? So we have, which one is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, okay, the mind, subconscious mind. 9 of Swords, okay? So this is like anxiety, all right? Ironically, 9 of Swords is nightmares, okay? I'm kind of getting that maybe a lot of you, have dabbled in tarot, maybe. Just, I'm getting this message. Maybe a few of you, like, you know what 9 of Swords means, you know? I feel like a few of you actually know what this card means. You know, maybe you've seen it a few different times. Maybe you've watched pick a card readings before and you've gotten this card before, you know. Yeah, just like, whatever. Not everyone has to resonate with that, but I just feel like 9 of Swords, maybe just a lot of you can kind of be a little anxious, like subconsciously anxious, like almost like hyperventilating. Again, this is nightmares, this is sadness. So I feel like subconsciously, you know, this issue that was troubling you, you were probably like, this is like the worst thing I could have ever imagined. This is the worst thing I could have ever dreamed to happen to me, and it did happen. And I can't believe it actually happened to me. You know, you're very anxious. You have a lot of anxiety. You know, some of you probably were like crying a lot, like staying up at night, just crying yourself to sleep, you know. Let's see, what does number 9 mean? Symbol of completion, advanced spiritual work, honorable path. With the completion card, because like really 10 is completion, but 9 is almost at 10, so I feel like you kind of couldn't accept this, that something ended. Maybe it ended too soon. Maybe it's something that you weren't really expecting to happen, whatever this loss was, and it happened really suddenly for you, too soon. It happened before you expected the ending to happen, okay? So yeah, again, I feel like in this dream you kind of learned, oh, this happened for a reason. You kind of realized the purpose of this whole situation within your dream. I feel like, again, it was very, very peaceful. Like if this is like a past loved one, again, I feel like they came to you in your dream, like angelically, okay? Like they very angelically came towards you. And there are a lot of animals in this card, or in these cards in general. But yeah, something that maybe you really cherished a lot. Like look at how she's like hugging this. It's like yin and yang, you know? Something, an energy you really meshed perfectly well with, like you know, like just a perfect pairing, you know? Just a lot of very peaceful serenity. Like again, I feel like this was actually like the opposite of your waking life, at least regarding this issue. But again, it's more temporary. Like it's probably more recently happened. You're not usually a negative person, but I feel like something that just happened was very heartbreaking. It left you in a lot of sorrow, and this dream was just very serene, very peaceful, and you just kind of felt like almost like a sigh of relief, like, you know, because like again, like the second after pile 1, like it was really intense. I the second I pulled this pile out, I literally just let out a good sigh, and I was just like, okay, I feel better. Let's do this reading, all right? So, the message or lesson from this dream with the Oracle of E, the F word. Okay, this is 30. The number 3 is also a sign of completion. Your angels are with you, offering guidance. Again, angels, probably spirit guides, you know, someone that you may feel as like a guide for you now, just like angels coming into this dream. Again, you probably had like a very angelic dream, as if you were like in heaven, you know? Okay, so the F word, I'll let you look at this as I read it. Wait, focus please, and thank you. Blue light, all right. The F word. 30, number 3. So nobody likes the F word, but the dude sees forgiveness through a different pair of glasses. He knows that everything is going to turn out fine in the end, and that holding on to negativity and old wounds is just postponing the inevitable. Your success is a done deal. Your bliss is gonna happen. The F word is the place to start. Let it go, forgive, forget, and follow the yellow brick road. I love how they say yellow brick road and this card is like mostly yellow, okay? So again, like I was saying, with the anxiety card, feeling like something happened too soon, I feel like, yeah, I really do feel like a lot of you just suffered this grief, sorrow, separation sooner than you planned, and you were mad about it. You were like, maybe like in that stage of grief where you're like, you're angry at everything, and, you know, and you're just like, maybe you're like, I can't forgive myself for what happened, I can't forgive who made this happen, I can't forgive them for leaving me, you know, just like that feeling of like, you abandoned me, you know, even if it wasn't really like that, but I feel like almost like subconsciously, you kind of, it just makes you really anxious, like subconsciously, you know, you kind of go into a dark place where you're just like, this wasn't supposed to happen like this, you know? So I feel like just with the angels coming towards you being like, this is happening for a reason, it's okay, you know, I just feel like just that message of forgiveness. Like, forgive and forget. Forgive what happened and move forward. Don't let it hold you back, okay? And then the last card, the call to action, fertility. Now, this one is so random, I feel like, but let's just look into it. So, fertility. It is the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. Okay, so with this fertility card, and again, I feel like a lot of you really love animals because there are animals all in these cards right now. But let's see. Starting something new, a new beginning. The fertility card is always so confusing for me because it's so simple, but at the same time it confuses the hell out of me. I usually just refer to the Empress with it, but I'll look at it. So the Empress is number 3 in Major Arcana. It's very similar to the fertility card. It's like beauty, nature, abundance, okay? So I feel like this might be just kind of be saying like the call to action is to just kind of like let yourself breathe, let yourself be happy again, let yourself move forward into your positive energy that you once had, you know, take back that positive energy that you had before, okay? New ideas, a new way of looking at the situation, okay? Again, like if you're in stages of grief, you're coming into acceptance. All right, that's kind of what I'm getting now, just acceptance. That's like the final stage of grief. Just you've accepted it. You will carry it with you, just like how she's carrying these eggs in a basket. Like you always carry it with you. You're not gonna forget. You know, I can't talk. You forgive, but you're not going to forget. Okay, you're gonna hold this near and dear to your heart. All right, you're gonna hold this near and dear to your heart as if it was like your child. Okay, for some of you, like if that resonates with you. But now it's time to let more abundance in. You're not gonna hold on to the sadness and let it hold you back anymore. Okay, you're getting into a more positive state. Okay. Whew. So thank you, pile number 2. That was actually a really beautiful reading, pile number 2. Really nice reading. All right. I hope that resonated with you. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope that gave you some clarity, some peace of mind. Again, very serene. Pile number 2. Alright, so let's move on to pile number 3. Hey, pile number 3. Second. I know it's gonna be a long ass reading. So pile number 3 with the Evil Eye bracelet. Okay. Your dream. Oof, okay. So the reason you had this dream, judgment, the meaning personally to you, the Hermit in reverse, the guide from Spirit, endings and beginnings, Jesus Christ, the subconscious mind, King of Cups, the message or lesson from this dream, woot woot, Jesus fucking Christ. That's also number 7. When you, with numerology, you add the double numbers until you get a single number. So 43 is 4 plus 3, which is 7. One of the divine numbers are the singular divine numbers. 7 is you are in line with the divine and fulfilling your purpose, okay? And then the last card is the call to action necessary, High Priestess, Donna. All right, that's intuition. Okay, first of all, you have 2, well, technically you have 4 major arcanas. I'll tell you why. Because the endings and beginnings is associated with the death card, which is major arcana. That's Scorpio energy. And then the High Priestess is major arcana 2. That's intuition, you know. That's also like the divine feminine energy. And then you have Judgment, which is, yeah, that's a major arcana, and the Hermit in reverse. So let's look at this. Also, I always resonate with number 3, and just looking at these cards, I'm like, holy shit, yep, this makes a lot of sense for me too. So pile number 3, I'm going to see with you together what this dream means, and, you know, however it applies to you, all right? And my spiritual witchy ass is probably going to be standing out a lot in this reading because, again, I meditated with intention, and I was just like, okay, I'm going to resonate with this deck as well, but let me just see with me, and any collective that picks this deck is going to see, all right? So I'll be uncovering this with you guys. All right, but it's really light, okay? Kind of light energy. But so with the Judgment card, for the reason that you have the dream, it's like this is something coming into light, okay? Judgment, this is Archangel Michael, who is the spirit guide that's the guardian of like love, soulmate, spiritual, romantic type of connections. All right, you know, that's like the typical card is Archangel Michael just kind of blowing the horn, but it's just in general, it's an angel. It's like Judgment Day. All right, okay, this is rebirth, inner calling, absolution. Okay, so yeah, a lot of you guys may be very in tune with your spiritual guides. Very, you know, you probably are going through a spiritual awakening. Okay, so like the reason that you had this dream, you probably have very, very vivid dreams, pile number 3, and they probably always have like a very deep spiritual type of meaning. Like it's not just a simple like, you know, you're taking a test and you're naked. You know, it always has like a spiritual undertones. You know, it's very meaningful. It resonates with you long after you wake up. Like it's just like very detailed, very vivid dreams. Okay, it's literally your inner calling. It's like your inner spirit is trying to shine through in the reading in your dream. So your spirit really is trying to stand out right now. Your spirit guides are really trying to drill a message into your head. Pile number 3. Okay, so the meaning personally to you, the Hermit in reverse. Okay, this is Virgo energy, Hermit. So Hermit in reverse, this is isolation, loneliness, and withdrawal. Okay, in the upright, the Hermit is someone who like kind of goes on a quest to search for their soul, you know, like taking alone time for their own spiritual growth. But when it's in reverse, it's just like you're just by yourself all the time, you know, like maybe you're closed off to the world, you're closed off to someone, you know. Maybe a lot of you feel this sense of loneliness, okay? However, have this dream, like whatever this dream is, it could have been something that kind of left you. Maybe something shocking happened in your dream where like you have this feeling of withdrawal, like you're almost like I couldn't even believe this happened, you know, like not even believing it, just very doubtful about what happened in your dream. Okay, maybe physically isolated within your dream, like again, almost like kind of like being in a state of shock for some of you, like because the messages could have been really strong, and maybe within the dream you were by yourself. Okay, like there's no one around you, you were just by yourself during the whole dream, and just all this stuff is happening around you, but there's no one physically there with you. There are probably a lot of moments where you were literally just by yourself in your dream, okay? Like you were in your room by yourself, you're walking on a street by yourself, you know, you were in a building by yourself, you were whatever, you were on stage by yourself, you know, just a lot of these readings for anyone who picked number 3, I just feel like there was a lot of isolation going on in your dream, okay? It was like isolated thought, okay? That there was nothing around you, you know? That's just kind of what I'm picking up. Just isolation, okay? So, number 3, the guide from spirit, endings and beginnings. The old must be released so that the new can enter. So, and look at the third eye, you know. So again, like I said, a lot of you could be going through like a spiritual awakening. Maybe you feel like you're going through it alone, you know. Maybe you feel like not enough people are on the same path as you. And again, the signs I'm seeing are Virgo, Scorpio. Okay, so sorry, yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, I just saw 40, 44. So, yeah, there could be some type of transformation, like spiritual transformation, like you are ascending into a higher level of yourself in your dream, and whoever was involved maybe is too, but whatever it is, if it's when it's your dream, it has something to do with you. So it could be someone else as well that's connected to you, but just some type of transformation happened. I feel like for some of you in your dream, someone could have died, okay? Like, because the endings and beginnings, like the death card, it talks about transformations. It's not literally a death, but in dreams, those messages do literally show so that you can get the message in real life. So yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, something died. You could have died. Someone very close to you could have died. Maybe someone you weren't that close to. Maybe someone you were isolated from. Someone that you're withdrawn. Maybe someone that you don't even really talk to that much. You know, it could have been really confusing for some of you. You know, maybe you died very suddenly and you were by yourself. Or again, someone else in your dream died and they were by themselves. But I just feel like whoever died in this dream, it just means that they're transforming, okay? They're ascending to a higher level of themselves. They might be having a spiritual awakening. It's death to the old them. They're starting a new cycle in their life. Okay, so the old them is being released so that the new them can enter, okay? Like the eclipse, you know, like just rebirth, okay? And again, with the rebirth card, okay? So yeah, the reason you have this dream is either you or someone else involved. Someone else that was involved in your dream is having a rebirth, okay? Just a spiritual awakening in your dream. That's what your spirit's trying to tell you. You're having a spiritual awakening, okay? Especially if someone died in your dream. That's just means that there's a transformation happening. Something's changing, okay? Something's changing. Now, this is number 4. The mind subconsciously. King of Cups, okay? King of Cups is... This is like a male energy, but someone very like... they have a lot of emotional balance, but they can control their feelings. Like they're not one to like they have very compassionate emotions, but they can be very composed. They can keep it to themselves, you know. They're not over here just like sharing it with the world. They're not being boastful. Like they're very like content people, you know. And also generous energy. But let's look at this specifically though. So for subconscious mind, you subconsciously you could be withholding feelings, okay? King of Cups, again, this is emotion. This is like love, you know. You could be dealing with a male. You could be dealing with a water sign. You could be a water sign. But I just feel like subconsciously you're like just withholding your emotions. You're withholding your feelings. And maybe this person, this thing that you're withholding your feelings from, maybe they died. You know, maybe in your dream they died. And maybe it's almost like you need to take action now, you know? Like what do I do? You know, like you maybe have a very generous energy toward this person. Maybe you always want to be compassionate and kind to this person, to this energy, whatever. But it's just something that you feel very compassionate about, you know? I feel like you are very in tune with your emotions regarding this thing, whatever it is. But you are definitely very good at controlling, you know? You can have like a poker face. You're very good at hiding these emotions. You're very good at just like keeping them to yourself, okay? So I feel like maybe as well in your dream, when this situation, again, if someone or something died, when something died in this dream, maybe you weren't saying anything, like maybe you were at a loss of words, but like emotionally, like you were just trying to almost calibrate everything that was happening. You're just like, what's going on? Like, how did this happen? You know, what's happening here? Again, because of the transformation, you know, like you probably, I just feel like maybe we're at like a loss of words for some of you. Again, like isolating your feelings, isolating your emotions, just like kind of like putting it like in like a safe, not really having it on your sleeve, like not wearing your heart on your sleeve. Let's look at this more. This little seahorse just like kind of looking at this king. You know, it's like, it's almost like they're having a staring contest, like who's gonna break first, but they're both very composed, you know. I don't even know where I'm going with that. I thought I was gonna have some really deep interpretation of that, but yeah, I'll get back to you on that. But yeah, just very kind of composed emotion, okay? Pile number 3. Subconsciously, I feel like maybe there was just a lot that's left unsaid for some of you. And like this ending, this death in this dream is very prominent about this matter, okay? If it makes any sense to you. All right. So the message or lesson from this dream, 43, which is number 7. Whoop, whoop. The phrases on these cards are so weird, but 43. Okay. It's party time. Hang the streamers, invite your friends, put on your dancing shoes. There has never been a better time to fist bump everyone you know. Joy to the world. Smile till your face hurts. All right. So, at a glance, you might feel like that doesn't really make any sense, given how almost like gloomy this reading is, but I feel like it makes a lot of sense. I feel like the messages are to open up more, communicate more, you know, expand your communication. Like for those of you who are ones to kind of isolate yourselves, okay? Isolate your feelings, isolate your, you know, your train of thought, your train of thought. Maybe a lot of you have an out of balance throat chakra because there's a lot of blue here, okay? So just like not communicating the right way, you know, the throat chakra in reverse. This is disloyal, distant, self-righteous, quiet, and moody. So yeah, just being quiet, being very distant. And just with this card, this is literally like the party card. This is like communication, okay? So I feel like maybe the message for you guys is to communicate something. Like tell this person how you feel. Tell these people how you feel, you know. Express your emotions, express your feelings. If you're going through like a spiritual type of transition, maybe you could share it, maybe you can voice it, you know, don't like, maybe you can write it down, you know, just don't keep it to yourself, because it might be a lot. Keeping it to yourself, it might be a lot of, I want to say confusion, a lot of turmoil kind of unfolding, you know, but I just feel like, I also kind of feel like just with the celebration card, I feel like whatever it is, like you probably went through like a really intense cycle spiritually, and that cycle is ending, and now it's cause for celebration. Maybe you're going into a more positive cycle of your spiritual journey, a more positive cycle of life. Again, I feel like a lot of people who may have picked this deck may have been going through a spiritual awakening, because we have a lot of spiritual major arcana cards. So, you know, you probably went through like a lot of traumatic life cycles, a lot of traumatic spiritual milestones, and I feel like it's almost over, you know? So it's the death of a situation, okay? Again, I just strongly feel like for a lot of you, in your dream, someone died, and you were just in this withdrawn state of like shock maybe, you know, but just that's almost over. So it's a cause for celebration, okay? And then the call to action, High Priestess. You have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. So again, like communicating, helping people out, sharing your knowledge, embracing your intuition, like your third eye. Again, your third eye is opening up, and you might be called upon to help people with this knowledge, again with the inner calling, that like this is something that you must do. This is something that maybe you were destined to do, like kind of like be like a spiritual healer, spiritual teacher. And you can do other things obviously, but like that's just something in your life that you might want to add to, you know, some type of spiritual growth. I feel like you might be very, very great spiritual teachers, okay, with the High Priestess card. Very intuitive, very psychic people. And you need to share this knowledge with other people. Don't keep this brilliance, don't keep this knowledge to yourself, okay? Don't isolate yourself. You know, there's a lot of soul searching that you've gone through, and I just feel like you might get a lot of amazing divine messages, and you have so much divine knowledge. Like, look at all these major arcana cards. Like, just, you're very spiritual people. I feel like you have a lot of spirit guides on your side that are constantly giving you messages, and you might be able to help a lot of people, okay? So yeah, the death, again, whether it was with you or someone, but the death of the ego, the death of your third dimensional self. You are accelerating into your fifth dimensional self, okay? And you are here. It's like you're like an angel on earth, okay? It's like you're put on this earth to share your knowledge, okay? And you maybe be realizing that you're coming out of this traumatic experiences and going more into lighthearted, like light working, you know? So and you might be willing to expand this knowledge with other people, okay? So thank you, pile number 3. Maybe I'll watch your tarot reading videos eventually. Thank you, pile number 3. And last but not least is pile number 4. Hello, pile number 4. Shiny brown bracelet. I've had this since I was like in 5th grade. I don't know why I randomly told you guys that. Maybe some of you are younger. Maybe some of you guys had a dream about something in like elementary school. I don't know. Let's just look at it. So the reason you have this dream is the 4 of Pentacles. The meaning of this dream personally for you is 3 of Pentacles in reverse. The guide from Spirit is cycles and rhythms. The subconscious mind regarding this dream is Page of Pentacles. A lot of you could be earth signs because we have a lot of just pentacles right here. The message or lesson from your dream is jackpot. Definitely probably a lot of money related stuff right now for you guys. And then the call to action necessary is prosperity, which is like giving. That's also 6 of Pentacles. So again, a lot of pentacles in this reading right now. I'm going to pull this more towards me because like I'm like falling off the edge of my bed right now. Also, that being said, maybe some of you guys just like, maybe some of you guys like sleepwalk or just like roll, like, you know, very intense sleepers where you kind of just fall off your bed, you know. Let me move that because I don't want you guys to just see that ugly cord on the floor. All right, so I basically just moved right back to where it was. Whatever. Okay, so yeah, a lot of you guys probably are really materialistic, really about your money. Okay, you might be having maybe a lot of issues financially. Maybe you're coming out of that. Maybe you have a stable job. You know, I feel like you guys are very materialistic people. Probably a lot of earth signs watching this because again, a lot of pentacles, the jackpot and all that. So Okay, so the reason you had this dream, Four of Pentacles, again, this is like, you know, this is literally holding on to your coin, okay? Like, not wanting to let go of your money. All right, you guys probably are a little too money grubby, like almost like cheapskates for some of you guys, not for all of you, but I feel like maybe for a lot of you, you guys are very concerned about making money, getting your finances in order, okay? You guys are very caught up in the spiritual realm. Maybe a lot of you tend to be very possessive people. Again, maybe possessive for what's yours. You know, you're just like, this is mine. I earned this. I deserve this. I'm not sharing this. Okay, I don't want to share this. This could be about a person. This could be about money, whatever. But you guys are like, I do not want to share. Okay, this is mine. I earned it. I worked hard for it. All right. You're very conserved. Okay, you want it to be secure. You know, some of you probably like put your money under your bed, if people even still do that. You know, some of you probably like don't trust banks because you don't want them to have your money. You know, some of you probably carry cash around you, maybe because I know, like, when you have cash, instead of using a debit card or a credit card, you're less likely to spend, because when you actually see the money leaving your wallet, you're like, nope, nope, nope. But when it's on like a plastic card, you're not even paying attention how much money you're spending. I just saw a 55 that might resonate with some of you guys. Number 5, let's look at that real quick. Number 5 is a powerful shift is coming. Your angels are helping you manifest your desires. Okay, so yeah, a lot of you are probably really great with manifesting. Again, probably a lot. Like, you want something, you work hard for it. The song Seven Rings, Ariana Grande, like, I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it. You know, just like, you work hard for what you have, and you're just like, no one's taking that away from me. Like, I worked hard for this, no one's taking it away from me. Okay, just that type of energy. Now, the meaning personally to you regarding this dream with the Three of Pentacles, it's like a lack of teamwork. Okay, so again, for some of you, like I said, maybe you live with someone, maybe you're in a relationship with someone, you know, and maybe like you work harder than they do. Maybe there's not enough teamwork going on, so you're kind of just like, I'm not sharing any coin with you because I made this money myself. You didn't help me, you know, you didn't work this 40-hour job with me, or you didn't work 40 hours a week, you know, to get this. You don't work this 9 to 5, you know, you didn't work hard to make this money. Why should I share it with you? You know, so I feel like the meaning to this dream was just like, I don't want to share anything with you. Maybe some of you don't trust this energy around you, don't trust this person. Okay, maybe you realize that, like, you're just, maybe for a lot of you, you're just like maybe a partnership, like a business deal, relationship, whatever. You're just like, this isn't working for me anymore. Okay, there's just lack of teamwork, disregard for skills. Okay, maybe, okay, maybe in your dream, I just feel like it's really materialistic. Like, I feel like for a lot of you, you could have just been in a work setting, and like while you're busy working, there was someone that was just kind of standing around doing absolutely nothing. Okay, remember how I randomly said, like, oh, this bracelet, or like, I had since 5th grade. Oh, maybe some of you guys thought of, like, you know, elementary school, whatever. Maybe for a lot of you guys, you were those people that, like, you would do all of the work in a class project and everyone else would just put their name on it, you know. But I also feel like you're maybe the type of person that's like, I'm gonna put my initials in the bottom right corner of the PowerPoint on each slide, so the teacher knows what slides I worked on, and they can know that you guys ain't shit. You guys are, that's so petty, that's hilarious. But I feel like a lot of you guys are just those types of people that are like, that's like, I worked hard for this, I want to get all of the recognition that I did for my work. I'm not crediting anyone else. I did this work all on my own, and no one else helped me at all. I did this by myself. You know, just that type of energy, that type of energy of like, if you want something done, you better do it yourself. All right, so yeah, for some of you, yeah, again, you could have had a dream that maybe you were in school and you were working on a project and no one else was helping you out on it. You were the only person doing it, you know, like, and you were just like, oh my god, you guys don't know how to do fucking anything. Like, oh my god, I'm the only one that has skills around here, you know. But other people could have been doing stuff and maybe it wasn't good enough for you, you know, like disregarding their skills. Or maybe it's like, oh, I know you guys can do it, but you're choosing not to do it, you know? Again, very materialistic, very work aspect. So this could have been like almost like a lucid dream I'm getting. Like this could just be something that literally is happening in your waking life and you just kind of carried it on into a dream. Maybe you told this people off in your dream, you know? Maybe some of you guys are kind of like a snitch and you just kind of want to like almost tell your boss, like, look, I should get a raise, I should be employee of the month because I do this, this, and that, and these people did jack shit, and they're getting paid the exact same amount as me, and they didn't do anything, you know, and maybe almost like standing up to your boss or something, not standing up to them, but just kind of being like, look, I deserve more money, I deserve a raise, I deserve to be acknowledged for all the hard work that I do, and I'm not willing to share anything with these people because they didn't do anything, I did all of this, okay? Very money grubby, very Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob, just like, this is my money, holding onto every single penny, you know, working really hard for your finances, maybe for something bigger. But yeah, I just feel like you were at a work setting and you were the only one doing any work. Maybe you were the boss and you had a bunch of lazy employees and you know, maybe you were like watching them on a camera and you're like, wow, they're really just sitting around doing nothing, and then they don't do anything until I show up, and then they just work just to look busy, like, you know, that type of thing, okay? Because this is like in the upright, it's like about, oh, you're being watched, like this chameleon is kind of like the supervisor. So some of you guys may have like a supervisor type of position, you know, a position of authority, and maybe you just had this dream again where you were the boss. You had this dream that you were working on a project and no one was helping you out. You were the only person doing it, and everyone was just kind of sitting around, you know, eating potato chips, watching TV, or on their phone, on social media or whatever, and you're just like, I'm doing all the work. So I feel like for some of you, your dream could have been like, you know, like a lot of weight on your shoulders, like just literally just like coal mining, you know. I'm getting coal mining. That doesn't obviously have to be for every single one of you or for any of you, but just coal mining. Like I'm getting just like doing like a lot of heavy work on your own, heavy lifting, like lifting your own weight, pulling your own weight, pulling everyone's weight, like as if you're pulling a giant wagon that everyone's standing on, and they're just kind of like, come on, man, push harder, and you're just like, it would be further along if you guys were actually helping me, okay? Just something about doing work, and you were the only one doing it, and no one else was bothering to help you, okay? Again, very materialistic type of dream, very very realistic, something that could happen in real life, you know, just you did all the work and no one else did shit. So that probably subconsciously, subconsciously is like down here, but I feel like I just feel like the meaning of this dream, whatever it was that you probably are the person that tends to do most of the work. You know, you're probably the most hardworking person that you know, and everyone else is lazy, you know, that kind of energy of just like, oh, no one does anything, I have to do everything by myself, I can only rely on myself, just that type of energy. Like there's a lack of teamwork, maybe not a strong enough support system, you know? Like, honestly, like, I feel like you probably woke up pissed off, you know? Like, from your dream, you probably woke up and you're like, ugh, of course that happened, like, fucking typical, you know? Just like, really whiny, really like, oh, fuck these people, like, I can only rely on myself to get the job done, you know? So the guide from Spirit is Cycles and Rhythms, Maeve. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. Okay, so again, I'm kind of getting with this, like, I imagine someone that like has coffee and 5-hour energy for breakfast and nothing else for like 12 hours, you know? I'm imagining someone that literally just like, they don't rest, like you have bags under your eyes. I'm imagining someone who like you don't sleep at all, like you literally, you know how like, and again, like I'm just getting a lot younger, this has probably been going on since a young age. Maybe for some of you, maybe you have been expected to act older than you were. Maybe some of you guys are like younger, like the baby of your group or something, but like some of you guys are younger, and you're maybe surrounded by people that are kind of older than you, but you do more work than them. You work harder maybe to fit in with them, you know, and like they could be very like you know, it's nothing to them because they're already, you know, they're already that age, they're already older than you, whatever, and then but you have to work like twice as hard to get to half of where they are, you know. Some of you may have skipped a grade back in like elementary school or whatever. Like when you were younger, you probably skipped a grade again. You were probably the baby of your friend group, the baby of your grade, you know, just younger. But maybe you feel like you're smarter. You feel like you work harder. You feel like you may have been pressured to always act more mature than your age because you were younger than everyone else. You could be the youngest sibling, the youngest family member in general. Like maybe like all of your cousins, it ended with you, you know? Like you just, no matter how old you are, but I feel like you're just a young person, and I feel like you just have that, you've had this great work ethic since you were a young kid. Like again, Bracelet had since 5th grade. Why did I randomly mention that? Who knows? But I feel like for a lot of you, you just had a really strong work ethic at such a young age. And I feel like maybe it's almost coming to haunt, it almost came to haunt you in that dream of just like you're doing all the hard work and no one does anything. So you could be going through something right now where you're just like, oh my god, this is just like in school when I would do all the work on the PowerPoint and I put my name at the bottom and every single slide had my initials and no one else's because I did all the work. And I would tell the teacher, hey, not to be a snitch, but if you want to give me an A and give the rest of these people like a B plus or something because I did all the work, they really didn't, you know, like some of you probably some snitches, but yeah, just but cycles and rhythms. I feel like this might have been a constant cycle for you, of just always feeling like you had to work harder than everyone else, you know. Again, just a strong work ethic. For some of you, I feel like, you know how like when you're younger, like your parents tell you like you need to go to sleep because you grow in your sleep, you know, if you sleep a good amount of time, you'll grow like an inch, you'll grow a foot every time, every night, you know, like you're only going to grow in your sleep, you're not going to grow just walking around standing up, like, you know, some of you could be really short people. I'm sorry, that's so specific. Because again, it's like maybe I just feel like some of you just don't get enough sleep, so you didn't let yourself grow in your sleep. Like you didn't get to grow an inch in your sleep because you never fucking sleep. You know, like you're just up all night, you know? You don't allow your body to rest, okay? Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. You need to acknowledge that your body needs to rest. Even if you are like, oh, I'm not that tired, your body's tired. Go to sleep. Okay? You can't just drink coffee for breakfast and have nothing else to eat. You can't walk around with bags under your eyes, okay? Don't start fucking snorting cocaine to stay awake, you know? Like, you need to sleep. You need to like honor your energy levels and just know when your battery is low, okay? Like, you know, like everyone's maybe like maybe sometimes when you're over here like, oh my god, I'm the only one that does anything, maybe everyone else is on their lunch break and you're the only one that's still working during this lunch break. Maybe everyone was like, dude, just sit down and take a break for a minute, and you're like, no, I can't take a break, the work needs to be done. Like what do you mean take a break? I can never take a break. Like, you're one of those people that like the second you leave, like you give yourself homework, you know, like you're just constantly working. You don't give yourself enough time to enjoy anything else. Look at all these pentacles. You're so about money. Whoever this is, you need more emotion, more communication in your life. You were all about money, 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 money. Relax. Get some sleep. You know, stop worrying so much about your job. Stop worrying so much about making money. You know? Be with friends. Give yourself some time to rest. Take some naps during the day. Meditate, you know? Like, give yourself a break before you burn out. Okay? A lot of you guys just let yourself burn out like that. That's literally how you function, okay? You function until you faint. Give yourself time to optionally sleep, okay? Don't wait until you faint. Don't wait until you literally crash. I'm sorry, I didn't need to knock that in the way, but yeah, don't wait until you like fucking lose your temper, okay? My foot bumping into that tripod, it just randomly knocked out of the way. Maybe some of you guys kind of like, you know, after a while, you kind of like lose your temper real quickly. I mean, you're probably not people that do that often. You're probably really grounded people, but every once in a while, you kind of want to snap, you know? Give yourself a break, okay? Give yourself a break. Let's see. So the subconscious mind regarding this dream is the Page of Pentacles. Again, you and the freaking Pentacles. This is, again, manifestation, financial opportunity, new job. Okay, so you guys are probably working really hard because you maybe recently have been employed. You probably, you know, if you're younger, maybe you just recently graduated college, got a new job, or maybe you're just in general just got a new job. Not everyone's around my age. Sorry, but Yeah, you're working hard because you're trying to manifest something better. Again, maybe you're trying to manifest a pay raise, you're trying to manifest some recognition because like you're newer, you know, so you want people to see your great work ethic so that it could help you out in the long run. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. So subconsciously you work this hard because you want approval. Like you're like a little fledgling, you know. The Page of Pentacles is like, it's young energy. Again, like I said, a lot of you are probably really young people, young for your group, you know, younger than the people around you, the youngest, the baby. You know, you could be a grown adult, but you're the baby. You're the baby around people that you're around because you were always the youngest. Again, you always had to work harder to prove yourself. So I feel like subconsciously you're always trying to prove yourself. Okay? Because you want to open the door for more opportunities for yourself. Okay? You have this little light inside of you, like a little bright-eyed, like very, very bright-eyed, very hopeful, very optimistic people. And I feel like you still hold that light with you, like this little page is, but you know, you work really hard so that you can get the recognition. Okay, still really bright-eyed, still really hopeful people. Okay, some of you may have sandy blonde hair. Look at that, the page. Some of you may either be female or be kind of in touch with your feminine side, you know. But I just see like short, like kind of long, kind of short, like long for a guy, short for a girl, sandy blonde hair for some of you. And again, you have that little light inside that you like to hold on to. You just really hard workers. Like you want that approval, okay? You do it for a reason because you're new and you want to prove yourself. You want to prove yourself wherever you are. Like you're very about impressing people. You know, a good work ethic is very important to you. Okay? That's what I'm saying. A great work ethic is very important to you. Now, the message or lessons from the dream, jackpot. That is number 4. If any of you guys ever resonate with number 4, if you see synchronized numbers, number 4. Number 4 is you may ask for assistance now. that's what number 4 is. Again, when you in numerology you get the double number, you would just add them until you get a single number. So 4 plus 0 is 4. So yeah, that just means ask for assistance. Ask for people to help you. You don't expect to do everything by yourself. But let's specifically look into the jackpot card. Where is my book? Here it is. So number 40, jackpot. Oh, pile number 4. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Pile number 4. You guys seem to really mean well, but just give yourself a break. My heart goes out to you guys, okay? Jackpot. Do you see dollar signs? They're circling around you like a veritable cyclone. Everything in your aura is pointing to material gain. Do you want to manifest a new house, more love, a better job, a new life, maybe a bigger pocketbook, maybe Gucci? Bingo! Might be wise to make some room. Yeah. So you guys are probably really great at manifesting because you get manifesting twice, and again 100% about the coin, 100% about making money, and for a good reason because I feel like it's working out for you. But again, still give yourself time to rest, okay? But I feel like this message is saying like, okay, you know what? All this hard work that you do, you know, you're going to get. You are going to get what you've been manifesting this whole time, okay? All this hard work, all this energy is not in vain, okay? You're going to be very successful people. You have an amazing work ethic and you should be proud of yourself, but give yourself a break. Let yourself go to sleep. You know, you can sleep. You can sleep. The fact that you're dreaming about working in your sleep is insane as well, okay? Okay, and the last card, the call to action. Prosperity. Okay, abundance. Okay, prosperity is the universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receiving. Okay, so yeah, again, I just feel like strongly a lot of what you work really hard for it will work out in your favor. Okay, it will finally come to you. Okay, you've worked really hard for it. It's gonna come to you, and then when it does, obviously you can keep working hard for it, but it's gonna be something well earned, well deserved, because you do deserve it. But give yourself time to rest afterwards. Give yourself time to rest in between, okay? This definitely is something that you really desire, okay? This is the sacral chakra. Sociable, creative, independent, satisfied. So I feel like you guys really value being able to do things on your own. You're very independent people. You know, you're a go-getter. You're like, if I want it, I'm gonna get it, you know? I'm not gonna let anything get in my way. I can do it on my own. I don't need help. But you can ask for help once in a while, okay? You can ask for assistance once in a while. Alright? Even assistance from the universe, again, just with manifesting. Because number 4 would just ask for assistance. So I feel like, you know, like, maybe you can make like a money spell, like a manifest your money spell and be like, let abundance pour into me, you know, however you know, do that, okay? But yeah, pile 4, vary about your money. It will come around to you. Again, I feel like you're doing this for a reason, you know. You want to be like the provider, okay? Get it really strongly, pile number 4. And it will come around to you. You will get your coin. Also, it's funny because, like, this looks like a gold coin as well. Like a very lush, very, like, you know, very materialistic type of looking bracelet, you know, like little gold and shiny and all that. Like, you love materialistic things. You know your success. I feel like your success is more like a show don't tell. You know, you don't really boast about how successful you are. You go out and do it, and you're really hardworking people, and you are applauded for that. But go to sleep. Go the fuck to sleep and stop dreaming about work while you're sleeping, okay? Thank you, pile number 4, and thank you everyone for watching this. These were some really intense, really cool. I actually really enjoyed doing this. It's long as hell, but it's only 5 minutes longer than my first pick a card reading, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Sweet dreams.